We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoe Show!
You should have done some spooky effects.
That is my spooky effect.
It's not that spooky.
It's spooky because it's me talking. Just ask Laura. She'll tell you. She's tweeting.
Really?
She had not tweeted us prior to the show. She tweeted us right before we went on, like literally a second before we went on air. Yeah.
Cool. Well, happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Your costume is lame now that you've taken it off.
You're in a costume. I'm not.
I'm in a costume and not leaving the house or seeing any people other than you today.
She got dressed up just to take a picture to put on social media.
I did. I did that.
She totally did.
I did that.
Yeah.
I did it for the show.
I also put on a costume just to be put on social media, but I took it off as soon as you took the picture.
I put makeup on and everything.
You did.
I got out the tutu. I got out the makeup.
Yeah, you went all out. Me, I'm just like, yeah, okay. What can I throw together in 5 seconds to be in this picture?
Well, at least you did something.
I threw on a skull mask and a cowboy hat. So
I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to be.
I don't know either.
Dead cowboy?
I guess. I just threw stuff together.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can finally talk about what your costume was for the All WNY Punk Halloween.
I suppose we could, yeah. And I can talk like this now because I don't have an audiobook to do tonight.
Oh, my goodness. So...
Well, the best part about it is I was Macho Man Randy Savage, and I didn't have to do anything. Like, I didn't have to talk like that all night because everybody else was doing it instead.
You didn't even have to say snap into a Slim Jim.
I did not, because people were yelling that at me.
Yeah.
So, like, it was like, oh, okay, cool, because I have an audiobook to record when I get home.
Yep.
So I don't want to walk around talking like this, brother.
Oh, my God. You can't do it without doing shit with your hands, can you?
No, you can't. That's a macho man thing to do, yeah.
That video of my friend's little boy who dressed up like Macho Man.
I know.
He was better than you. He was, and he's talking with his hands too. He had it.
I think he was watching the DVDs beforehand. Unlike me, I meant to, and I just never got around to. So
I don't know. His mom's kind of like obsessed with Macho Man, so it might just be an all year round thing.
That could be.
Yeah.
So I sold some stuff on eBay last week.
Yes.
And so I sold the things on Friday, and it's like, oh, we're holding your funds. And it's like, okay, can you not hold the shipping funds? Because I need those to send the money. Now I have to spend money I really don't have to ship this stuff so I can get the money to ship the stuff.
Right.
Like, so I sent everything out. They all went out Monday, and as soon as everything was marked as delivered, I tweeted to eBay. I'm like, hey, can you guys tell me when the funds are going to clear? Like after the items arrive and everything. And somebody finally got back to me today.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate the help, but I got the money 3 days ago.
Oh, wow. Well, at least you got the money, that's
I got the money, and then we spent some of it over the last couple of days.
Mostly on baking supplies, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, no, that was a lesser expense. I think we spent more. Well, we did buy baking supplies while we were out last night. So yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
We went to a Sabres game.
Yeah, that was fun, even though we didn't win.
Well, we didn't really lose either. We lost in overtime. So. Yeah.
But it was a fun game. Like it was a good game to watch because the Sabres were kind of killing it until the last 3 minutes when I got up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. It's all your fault.
Oh, my God.
It is all Karina's fault the Sabres didn't win yesterday.
Listen, Joe is not religious. Joe is not spiritual. Joe is not existential, but Joe is superstitious about his Sabres.
I am very superstitious about both the Sabres and the 49ers. And she sat on my right side for the whole game.
I always sit on his right side. That's just my side.
Sat on my right side the whole game, much like she is right now.
All right.
She gets up, there's like a minute or so left, and Calgary just pulled their goalie, and she says, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to wait for you outside. And she goes left, and she goes out the left side door, left side entrance area there. And so of course Calgary scores.
Yeah.
I shoot her a message like, you might as well come back in. Calgary just scored.
Yeah.
And she sits in the empty seat to my left.
Yeah, I did that.
And Calgary scored in overtime and won.
That's probably exactly why it happened, is because I sat on your left.
Because you sat on the wrong side.
It couldn't have been any of the other 15,000 people in the stadium at the time. They didn't do anything.
No, because they all know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. And what you're not supposed to do is if the team's winning, you don't switch seats.
Oh, my God. I'm new to sports. Can we just, be real about this? I went to, in high school, I went to 2 football games, all of high school. They were both homecoming games. And I was in the pep band for one of them. We dressed as cowboys and Indians for a, Newfane Panthers themed homecoming game. It made no sense, but it was really fucking fun. I don't do sports. To me, sports is like church. You stand up now, you take your hat off now, you sit down now, you clap now, you recite the Sabres, let's go Buffalo now, and then you take the Eucharist and
I mean, Sabretooth is more real than Jesus.
At least you can high five him.
Yeah, you can get your picture taken with him.
We got our pictures taken with Sabretooth. This was like a life goal. I don't care about sports, but I care about the mascots.
Yeah. I did tweet out today the same thing I told you yesterday, which I posted a few years ago too, that I think Sabretooth and Nash, the Nashville Predators, Sabretooth Tiger, should be each other for Halloween.
That would be really funny.
Yeah, maybe one of these years they'll play each other on Halloween.
That would be cool.
That would be fun.
It would be fun, especially if it was like a weekend or like the kids could go to it. That would be... Oh my gosh, Sabretooth had this really cool sports coat on.
Yeah.
And it was black with pumpkins with jack-o'-lanterns all over it.
Yeah.
And, not only did I get to meet Sabretooth, I got to meet him for the Halloween game. I was a pig in shit, guys.
So I spent the last 2 weeks trying to find out if costumes were encouraged. and nobody got back to me at all. And I asked in this group on Facebook that I joined just for the specific purpose of asking. And they're like, yeah, nobody gives a shit, dude. Go ahead. But I didn't get that message until after we had left. So it's like, man. And then we got there and I went on Instagram. I was on Facebook and somebody had shared from the Sabres Instagram a picture of Rick Jenneret dressed up as Frankenstein.
Oh my God, that was great.
And a couple of members of the ice crew were dressed up. There were little kids that were dressed up. Yeah.
Yeah, none of the costumes were too extravagant.
No.
But I'm sure that, this costume that I have on now, my clown costume, would have been fine.
Sure.
I think stuff with, masks and shit like that, there was a lot of extra security.
Yeah.
And stuff. Shit's getting real in the United States right now. Mm-hmm. So... everyone's a little on edge, so we didn't know. We didn't want to dress in costumes, and it wasn't about, being an asshole and being the only people in costumes. It was about, they won't let us in because we are a threat to the public.
Yeah, right. We just wanted to, if costumes were encouraged, we would have dressed up and we would have had some fun. That would have been fun.
Oh, I had my costume laid out ready to go. I was gonna dress as a clown this Halloween for one time or another.
And she chose the podcast.
Where no one can see me. Maybe I'll have to take another picture.
We can fix that. We can put this on video.
I don't know if that's even a good idea. My makeup's half smeared across my face now.
You guys don't want to see my ugly mug.
He's honestly, Joe's not wearing pants.
I am also not wearing pants.
Joe's not wearing pants.
She is not lying.
I am wearing long johns as pants and a tutu.
Yeah.
A rainbow tutu. Ask me about my tutu.
Tell me about your tutu.
Me and Rosie have matching tutus.
Okay.
We got them one year. The bra pong that we brought to the Food Not Bombs benefit?
Yes.
Okay, so Rosie and I brought that game for 2 years in a row to the Relay for Life.
Okay.
And, we played the bra pong, and, like, we're assholes, so we like any reason to just dress like assholes. So we did. We went to the party store, and we found matching rainbow tutus, and we both, like, we matched. We're fucking idiots. Like, we're the cutest idiots you'll ever meet, though.
Of course, we've got Billy Draws 2 in September of 2020 at Stamps.
I can't wait.
With Janie Crash and the Tall Men. And
I wonder if you're going to have a drummer by then.
Rust Belt Brigade, and they're campaigning to get Yellow Sauce on that as well. I saw
it's at Stamps, right?
It is at Stamps.
We can just assume Yellow Sauce is going to be there.
We can certainly assume Yellow Sauce will be there.
I mean, unless they're, like, making a big tour in the world or something. Which
is entirely possible.
It is. They're really fucking good.
We had a great show the other day. We had Cardboard Homestead and Shambles and
Not City Powered Radio.
Not City Powered Radio. They were unable to make it. And we also
had Trey.
We had Trey. And we also had somebody else. Why am I blanking?
Why am I blanking?
Yeah, we literally saw these bands. It was Lucky 33.
Lucky 33, because they're not one of our usual bands.
Yeah,
we don't get to work with them very often.
I'm sorry, guys. We paid them. They got paid. But yeah, we had fun. I was literally watching a video from the show yesterday of Lucky 33. Because I filmed with a different camera this time, so I was like, let me hope these sound okay. And sure, yeah, they sound all right. Shout out to Rode microphones.
Nice. You do a lot of shouting out to Rode microphones.
I love Rode microphones. If I could replace all the microphones in the studio with Rode microphones, I would be so happy.
Yeah.
This is not a plea for sponsorship, Rode microphones. Not at all.
That's the closest to praying that I've ever seen.
But yes, I do genuinely enjoy my Rode microphones.
Yeah.
I gave them a shout on Twitter the other day while I was filming, and I took a picture of my Rode shotgun video mic, and I said, "Hey guys, I love you," and they wrote back that they love me too. So,
aww.
We have
I will fight you, Rode microphones.
Rode microphones and we go way back. We're good pals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep it at friendship there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So what, you dressed as Macho Man.
I did.
For the Stamps show. I dressed as a wild cat.
We saw Scott Leffler. He was dressed as, the Big Bad Wolf.
The Big Bad Wolf. Yes. It was, I know that they meant to coordinate and be like Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, but they just both wore red plaid and matched.
Yes.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were adorable.
They were.
And they got some cookies.
They did.
I sold some cookies.
I'll say lots of people got some cookies.
Yes. It was super fun. I'm excited to the response that I'm getting with my cookies.
What about some of the other costumes we saw? We'll talk about the cookies again, I'm sure.
Yes.
we want to sell some cookies, so buy some cookies.
Buy cookies.
But let's talk about some of the other costumes we had. Ian was, I think, a dinosaur.
Ian was a dinosaur. Ian had this crazy hoodie on. I think it was purple.
With purple.
Big googly eyes on the hood and like spikes. I don't know if he made it or if he bought it. Like, it looked kind of homemade.
His mom came out to see him. Maybe she made it.
Oh, that would be cute.
We had Cameron from Cardboard Homestead was Waldo.
Yes. Waldo from Where's Waldo. And then
our costume contest winners were Team Rocket.
Team Rocket. That was Peter and his girlfriend, whose name I did not catch. And we called for a speech when they won their prize, which was really funny because it wasn't a speech-giving occasion. And she like got up at the microphone and started reciting the Team Rocket like entrance poem or whatever. And then she turns to Peter and was like, "Go ahead, say the rest." And he's like, "I don't know it." I don't know. Like,
He literally was like,
I don't know. Like, you're like, why would I know that?
We had we had a guy in the audience. He was dressed as Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh my gosh, I seriously, until you explained his costume, I just thought he was dressed like a douchebag. I thought he was just legitimately a douchebag, not in a costume.
Like, I knew he was in costume, and I'm like, what the fuck is he supposed to be? And I thought it was like from a movie or something, right?
Yeah.
And then Shambles, well, they were on stage in their what they called their BLT costumes. They kept calling the guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm like, oh.
See, and
then I saw like 3 more Ryan Fitzpatricks like in Facebook pictures after that.
Yeah.
But Shambles wore tuxedo T-shirts.
Yes.
Ryan wore brown, and the other guys wore green and red, and they were BLT.
That sounds delicious right now.
Ryan was bacon, and yeah. So that was fun. We had Chuck was a warlock and Jen was a witch.
Chuck looked pretty.
He did.
His wig, his hair, long flowing blonde hair.
Yeah.
And it kept getting messed up. I kept trying to fix it, and it was just getting snarled. And I was like, oh, I gotta stop touching Chuck's hair. I'm gonna rip it out. Yeah, it was a pretty good show, pretty good turnout, all the bands just were awesome.
Oh, of course. And shout out to Trey James. Trey, thank you so much, man, for jumping on the show.
Trey is the man. Like, if you need Trey is there. Like, if Voice of Dissent isn't able to help you out, Trey will, he will do everything he can
Yeah, we had City Powered Radio had an illness, and we're unable to perform, and they were trying to help find somebody, and everybody else was.
They seemed pretty heartbroken about not being able to play.
Everybody else was trying to help find somebody, but the problem was every single band that was asked was like, man, we'd love to, but we got one member that can't do it.
Yeah, and the last 2 weekends have been big weekends for punk shows, so everyone's played or playing within a day, So that was kind of hard too.
Yeah, exactly. And so we did manage to get at least Trey from Voice of Dissent to come out and literally last minute.
Yeah, we were ready to do it with 3 acts.
Like Cardboard Homestead had to go get him, so it's like we're standing there. It's 9:00, and we're like, okay, the show's supposed to start, and neither of our first 2 bands are here. Like Cameron was there.
Cam was there.
Because he set up his drums, but we were just like, where's Trey? Where's Ian?
We know they're together. There's that.
They showed up, and the Trey didn't go on until I think like 9:30. And we still ended up finishing at 12:30.
Well, they're punk bands. It's just, it's different. We run on punk time, whether we have a schedule or not.
Right.
It's just how it goes.
Which actually we finished early because we should have finished at 12:45 with the schedule we had.
What time did we finish?
We finished at 12:30.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to, and we went to Colosso Taco afterward. You were like, I got money. We're going to get tacos.
I know. I don't work anymore, so this was exciting. I actually made a couple bucks, and I was like, I could use a taco.
I've been hitting the taco scene all week.
That's not a bad thing.
No,
except for maybe for your butthole.
We went to Colosso Friday. I was at ETS yesterday.
Right.
My buddy was, he comes up every now and then and, hey, I'm gonna come to town. You want to hang out? Like, yeah, sure, man. Let me know when you're off. Okay, I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, all right, I got a podcast to do Wednesday, so let's go Tuesday.
Right.
Even though I'm probably gonna go to the Sabres games.
It was a big day. It was a big day yesterday.
So my buddy John comes up. We always go to like Talking Leaves Books over on Elmwood, and of course to Elmwood Taco and Subs. And yesterday we were kind of like, should we go to Revolver Records? Because Revolver Records is opening on Elmwood. And I wasn't sure when. And it took me a minute because they had been posting each day pictures of the Beatles album Revolver. And it started with 5 copies. Then there was 4 copies. Then there was 3. And I'm like...
That's clever.
And I'm like, I don't get these pictures. It's just the album Revolver. Oh. I get it. It's Revolver Records. They're opening. And they're not open yet. So we took a walk down in that direction. They're opening tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, of course. 2 days later.
The new location of Revolver Records down on Elmwood. There's a place across the street there. We don't know what it is, but in the windows is all these like old record sleeves. Uh-huh. And so we went over and we're looking at the record sleeves and we're talking about all the artists on there and everything and just kind of pondering what the hell is actually inside, because there's no like business name or anything on it. It's just like, as far as I can tell, I think it's like somebody's studio and they just use the records to like cover up the windows so it's,
for some privacy.
Well,
or some darkness. For
darkness, yeah. Exactly. Like the same thing I would do if I had a studio on Elmwood with a storefront.
True.
I would do something else other than records, I'm sure, but I would hopefully come up with something creative if I had a storefront on Elmwood to work with.
Right. Maybe we could fill it with cookies.
Maybe we could.
Maybe we could fill it with gingerbread cocks.
Yeah, you can say, yeah.
You guys, I made gingerbread cookies today. And I made penises.
She did.
Another Rosie story. I went to, am I supposed to tell this story? I went to a sex toy party with Rosie. And, there's like all these vibrators and dildos and lubes and pheromones and shit. And then there's penis cookie cutters. I have 3 sizes. I made the large. So I have a big bag of black dicks in case anybody wants them.
It's true.
They're 3 for $2. I'll make some icing, put it just on the tip. But we have some butts.
We do have some. I have not looked at any of these. You were looking at them during the game.
Oh my god. Okay, so I was looking at a really, really graphic picture of one dude licking another dude's butthole, not thinking that I'm in an arena with 15,000 people, a couple of which are sitting directly behind me. And yeah. Why do they have to spread it, though?
I don't know. It looks like the guy taking the picture with a big cheesy grin on his face. In the mirror there.
Yeah. He's like, no, guy in the middle, you spread them too.
Got a picture of 3 guys. 2 of them are spreading their ass cheeks.
If they weren't spreading their ass cheeks, I'd be like, my friends would do that. That's no big deal. I would do that. That's no big deal. But spreading your butt cheeks brings it to another level.
Yes. We got this.
Oh, my God.
There's some nuts ball sack in here.
Well, see, like, if this is a picture of his butt, this is a horrible picture.
I agree.
It's kind of like contorted, like maybe he was taking this picture himself in the mirror, or I don't know exactly how this picture was taken, but it's an awkward angle. There's sack in there. There's hair in like uneven ways.
It looks like it could be an arm. Like almost, and just like they photoshopped another piece on, or so. I don't fucking know.
No, I think that's an ass in the ball sack.
I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know.
I think it's the hair on the dude's back is like...
The composition is awful.
I don't know what that means.
That means the picture's terrible.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a really fancy way to say it sucks. Okay. This is the one I was looking at. I like this picture a lot. I feel like this guy is really into what he's doing. But, there's some funny things about the butt he's licking. Like,
it's completely red around the asshole?
maybe it's freshly bleached.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's just, I always have an issue with the hair being like, it looks like it needs to be brushed. Like his back butt crack hair. Like, he needs like a horsehair brush to just kind of even some things out.
I don't know. For me, this asshole looks infected. So.
It does. It looks like a pimple that needs to be popped.
There's the
penis cookies before and after.
Yeah. There's a...
okay. I love this picture. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guys with their butts out in a Subway, is this?
Looks like in a Subway.
And then there's one dude who's just like, dude, why you guys got your asses out?
Right.
And he's my favorite.
This guy's cheating. He's wearing a thong.
Oh, that's lame. But then the guy with the green undershirt there, he's got like a bubbly butt. Like, that's a good shaped butt.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. The rest of them are like unimpressive, whatever.
Well, we just got this one that just came through.
Oh.
This guy's wearing a Speedo here.
Yeah. Those look like comfortable panties.
Sure.
Yeah. It looks like he shaves his legs. You can't see, like, the rest of him.
We're having a conversation. We were talking about candy corn the other day.
Oh.
And Rosie was very upset, and our friend Ian, who used to be in Billy Jaws too.
Right.
He basically told Rosie that there was a special place in hell for people who eat candy corn. So Ian today posted a picture of what he calls Eggs Pizza Dict. It's an English muffin, fried pepperoni, sunny side up, egg, pizza sauce, and cheese, which looks fucking delicious.
Yeah, I want one.
And Rosie says, "You say candy corn is gross, but you eat this." And I backed up Ian and I said I would totally eat this.
I would be surprised if, I've made shit similar to that.
I would not be surprised if you made me something along
Yes.
And that's something I would probably come up with, too, if I'm just sitting here like, I don't feel like going to the store.
I know. What do I have? What can I throw in a sandwich
fridge?
together?
Yeah.
Do I have cheese? We need cheese, by the way.
Need cheese. You are correct.
I almost said something last night, but I was on a mission.
You were on a mission.
A mission from God.
Somebody just hearted the All WNY, or favorited the All WNY tweet saying that our show was coming on.
Huh.
Which I got the notification about after we went on the air.
Huh. Thanks for listening.
Yes. Thank everybody for listening, even Laura.
We need some new pictures. I'm sick of the same braid pictures. We need more dirt on you.
No, we don't.
So Laura, get searching.
Don't make me shut down this Twitter.
I call your bullshit. You like Twitter.
Yeah, but
it's not like me and Twitter.
But I have my own Twitter, so I don't need the show Twitter. I can shut this down.
But what about the show?
I can just promote it on my own Twitter.
Nobody follows you. Nobody cares.
Nobody follows me. Let's see. Let's put that theory to the test.
I have 17 followers. I found out today.
Let's put this theory to the test.
You have 539. I have 17.
539 followers on 17,886 tweets.
I have 6. I don't know how many I have. I tweeted that picture of us.
Yeah.
Nope. That was Instagram.
Yeah, you Instagrammed that.
That was Instagram. I did not tweet it. I don't think I know how to tweet a picture.
Yeah. But 17,886 tweets from my personal account. Got to get to that 18,000 mark.
You're getting there.
Work on that.
You're getting there.
I remember like I would tweet and I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm so close to this threshold," and then I would tweet just to get there. So I would live tweet wrestling from my personal account. Yeah, okay, and now this is tweet 10,000,
Yeah.
And now I'm almost at 18,000. Wow. Oh, we got another photo. Oh, it's Flitzer.
Aw, Flitzer, how you doing? I wonder if there's bird treat cookies, because you know how they make dog cookies?
Sure.
I wonder if there's bird treat cookies. I would totally make Flitzer some cookies.
I will say one of the choices you offered me for gingerbread was for the shapes was a bone.
Yeah.
And it's no, that would feel like eating a dog treat.
It would be like eating. I have 2 different bones. But they came with Halloween packs. But I don't know. I've used one of them, but I don't think I would use it for gingerbread because it really would look like a dog biscuit.
Right.
It really, especially if I didn't put frosting on it. Yeah.
That's why I was kind of looking at it no, I don't want the bone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our friends, Eyes of the Blind.
I don't know them.
My friends, Eyes of the Blind. Hey, Laura. This is Andrew's band. Anyway, my friends, Eyes of the Blind, just released a new music video.
Oh, great.
So I have not actually gotten around to watching this video yet. I've been really busy with this audiobook and everything else I've had going on. So I haven't had a chance to watch this. So I don't know if this is just straight up the song or if there's like stuff for the video. So it'll be interesting because we're playing it straight from the YouTube video.
Yeah.
But this is a brand new song from my dear friends, I guess. We'll
Your friends are my friends.
We'll introduce you to them eventually. Eyes of the Blind, this new song called Handprint on All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show.
You make my
Eyes of the Blind, handprint, All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show.
Oh my goodness, that was a cool video.
That was a cool video.
You guys should check that out on YouTube or whatever when you get a chance.
For sure, just look for Eyes of the Blind, handprint, official music video.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a link on their Facebook or some shit like that.
I would imagine so.
I'm sorry for my potty mouth today. I'm saying shit and fuck and...
I mean, were you just listening to the song? That was pretty much every other word.
Yeah.
A song
But
about
they're
slapping somebody.
artistic.
A song about slapping somebody in the face.
Well, that's not what the video was about.
No, but that's what the song was about.
Well, I'm a visual thinker.
I was listening to the lyrics, and it was definitely that's.
I really liked that. Like I said, I haven't heard them, and as we were listening, we were talking about shows we can put them on. So expect to hear from us, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can have Eyes of the Blind on the show before that show, and then.
Oh, there's something I haven't seen.
That's one I haven't seen in a while.
I haven't seen that one.
I have not seen that one in a while.
You're cute.
I've already cut them off. They're already gone. Anyway. Yeah, so, but yeah, we'll get Eyes of the Blind booked on a show, and then we'll have them on as guests prior to the show.
That would be nice.
And then Laura can get her Andrew fix.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah. We'll get him on the show. We'll get him back. Andrew loves doing the show. I like hanging out with Andrew. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
He wanted me to hang out with him at Kill Switch Engage. I think we were.
And Anthrax?
And Anthrax, but it was like, where are you?
Yeah, that's a hard place to find somebody. It's just a big open room. It's not.
And he was like hanging out by the bar, and I didn't really.
We don't go. We don't drink. We don't want to be near the bar.
I didn't want
That's
to
where
hang
the
out
drunk
by the
people
bar,
are.
So, and also like he would message me, and I'd get it like half an hour later. And then I'd message him, and he'd get it like half an hour later.
Well, you're at a concert. You're not clinging to your phone, you know.
Exactly. So it was like, all right, well, I'll catch you next time, dude. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen Andrew since the Eyes of the Blind takeover on All WNY.
Oh, when was that?
That was last summer. Okay. We had them out here on the porch. They were live streaming all the whole show.
Yeah.
And answering questions that people were sending them on their Facebook Live and all that.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we should do something like that again.
Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
It was a lot of fun to have those guys on, and we'd love to have them back, and hopefully soon.
Yeah.
She says Andrew doesn't like me.
He doesn't like you?
He doesn't like me.
It's because you snubbed him at the Kill Switch show.
I guess.
You shouldn't have done that.
I guess not. I shot him a message the next day. I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry I didn't meet up with you. He's like, it's cool, man. I was drunk anyway.
Right. So, it's Halloween. I have a question. Historically, like through your whole childhood, your adult life, when you dress up for Halloween, what kind of a costume do you go for? Do you go for something that's more aesthetically pleasing, more, sexy? Or do you go for something that's more scary? Something traditional Halloween-y? What do you tend to do?
You said weenie.
I said weenie. I also made penis cookies.
You did.
But yeah, what do you usually do? Like Macho Man, is that supposed to be scary or sexy or like?
I don't think it's supposed to be either one.
I mean, it was kind of sexy when you did it.
I guess it's the beard.
Yeah, it's always the beard.
It's always the beard.
It is.
So
I mean, I'm dressed as a clown, but I'm not like a slutty clown. But I'm not like one of those demented, like mean to be scary clowns. I don't know. Clowns are terrifying to a lot of people, and they're silly to a lot of people, and that's why I chose a clown. Because I really like seeing people, like, relive childhood trauma involving clowns.
Should I see what kind of GIFs they have for these options?
Oh my god, yes.
Let's see. So, oh, yeah, okay, that one.
No, that one.
The Homer Simpson one?
Yes.
What about the Spider-Man?
I don't care about. Jerry's pretty cute. That one.
Yeah, that's the one. And let's see. Scary.
Oh my God. She was brushing her armpit hair.
She was.
Oh, Pennywise.
I like Nervous Kermit.
Okay, Nervous Kermit it is. Wait, what's that one?
This from Michael Jackson?
No, that.
I don't know what that is.
I think that's from The Purge.
Could be. I don't know.
Oh, there's a scared child. That's always funny.
Terrified SpongeBob?
Go with Kermit.
Go with Kermit?
We're going to do it.
All right. And share. So go ahead. Vote in our poll.
So here's the thing, guys. We want to know, do you go for sexy or do you go for scary with your Halloween costumes? Now, we're going to make a contest out of this again. Last week's contest winner was Ryan Connor, and he got to go to see the Patchwork show. I forgot to follow up with him and see how he liked it. So what we're going to do, you vote either scary or sexy, and whichever one gets the most. If you voted that, you are entered to win tickets to one of two shows. Two tickets to go. What shows are they?
They are the ThinkSoJoe Birthday Bash on November 10th with the Scarecrow Show of Night and Light, Inherent Vice, and Kennedy Carpool.
So good.
Or our Thanksgiving Eve Bash.
Yeah.
Also featuring the Scarecrow Show.
Excellent.
But this time with Dreadnecks, Bravura, and On the Cinder. Yeah.
And that one's at Tudor, correct?
That is at Tudor Lounge, yes.
Okay.
So the birthday show is at Mohawk Place. That is usually we're selling them 7 advance, 10 at the door. Mm-hmm. Tudor Lounge is a $5 show, but still it's well worth it.
Yeah.
So.
Just to spell it out, okay? If more people vote for scary and you voted for scary, you're entered to win. And we'll do the drawing. I'm not going to be here next week, and we'll talk about that. We'll do the drawing next week when I'm not here, and announce on the show who won, and then you get to pick tickets. So, that's awesome. Expect to or hope to hear from us if you vote for this poll.
Yeah. So go vote. Facebook.com/official ThinkSoJoe.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you and I will both eventually share it. So
of course. But let's talk about next week. I'm not going to be here.
I know. So
one point of order is that somebody has to co-host. Maybe Laura could come co-host.
Yeah, okay.
Second point of order, if you are able to be in 2 places at once or to listen and drive or whatever, there's going to be another concert in the Greg Rinker Memorial Tribute Series. And that's going to be The Impurity and Digital Afterlife and VCTI, I think I don't know how you're supposed to say that. They just jumped on the bill this morning. So it's going to be, it's going to be different music than the last couple of, United shows. But, our friends in Digital Afterlife and The Impurity, they're so good. I don't know this other band, but they were eager to play and grateful for the opportunity, which is more than I could ask for. So, they're rounding out the bill for me.
And I would imagine if somebody gets hurt at the Evening Star during the Impurity set, that somebody at the Evening Star would know how to get them the fuck out of the middle of the crowd.
Maybe we could put them on a folding table.
Yeah, that's what Ironworks try to do.
So that's a free concert. It starts at 7:00. It's at the Evening Star. I think it only goes until 11. I should be more sure of those details, but I know that they're not long shows. We just want to go remember Greg, kind of honor his memory, and come together through music in his memory, because that's what he lived for. So, if you're able to, come out to the Evening Star next Wednesday. I would love to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
I'll be here. I'll be on the air. You guys can listen to me on the way to Evening Star.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun night. I don't know who my co-host is going to be.
We'll figure something out.
Maybe.
If you're interested in co-hosting next week.
Maybe I should shoot a message to Andrew Abdal from
You might as well.
Blind.
You might as
Maybe.
well.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, you could always reach out to Brian.
I would like to have Brian.
I don't want you to have Brian because then you'll be like, oh, it was so much better when Brian was here.
No. No, because then I'm going to get stuck having to watch a movie and like...
Oh, right.
Hey, here's some new songs I learned since the last time I was on. Now you got to guess what these songs are. And then, like, it's one of those, it's like being on a game show. Like, you get put on the spot and you're like, what is this? I know what this is.
Right, and then you kick yourself in the head over it because...
The one time he played For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica, which I covered every single show I've played except for one. I covered that song, and I'm like, what is this? Why does it sound familiar? I should know this. What is it? And he's like, dude, it's For Whom the Bell Tolls. Like, oh, you motherfucker. How did I get that wrong? Like, how did I miss that? Ooh, I'm excited. You know what I get to do tonight?
What?
I get to listen to Injustice for All on vinyl.
On vinyl.
Remastered.
Oh, maybe I'll listen with you and make some cookies.
That's the first thing I need to do after we finish is finish that book and deliver.
Yeah, you just have some editing to do, right?
Yes, it's all just a matter of doing some leveling now, and that's...
Like leveling out the signals?
Yeah, it's, getting the thing to ACX standards. So all I got to do is throw each file in Audacity, and I usually do a limiter and then a normalize. And yeah.
Audacity is so cool.
Yeah.
It's just a cool program.
I used to use Audacity, but Brian got me hooked on using Reaper.
I don't know that at all, but I also haven't done recording in 10 years. Right. I'm sure it's come a long way.
Yeah, I used to use Audacity for everything. And before that, I used to use a program called Goldwave.
Oh, yeah?
Which I used to use when I was on the college radio station and needed to edit songs to be appropriate for the college radio station.
Like edit out language and shit?
Yeah.
Nice.
I would sit there and I used to, my technique was I would reverse it and then do like the vocal remover on it. So it's there, but it's not there. It's completely absurd.
I have no idea how to do that. I would be interested in seeing how you do it on another program, or if you have that program. I would be interested because I understand that shit to an extent.
I don't, but I can do that exact same thing in Audacity.
Yeah,
so.
okay.
But I used to use Audacity for everything, and then Brian's like, dude, you should try Reaper, you should try Reaper, you should try Reaper, you should try Reaper, and I'm like...
He's so insistent, you just have to listen eventually.
I'm like, all right, let me, it's a free download, and then you pay $60 for a license. Like, okay, which I still haven't done. Anyway. Details, yeah. Which Brian, rips on me occasionally for, like, you still haven't paid for it, have you? Like, no. Pay for your licenses, kids. Pay for your software licenses. Anyway, I'm going to eventually, because they deserve it. But yeah, I started using Reaper. And it's I follow this guy. His name's Mike Delgaudio. He's a professional voiceover actor, and he has this channel on YouTube called Booth Junkie, and had this whole series on how to set up Reaper specifically for voiceover. And I followed that, and it's like, oh man, where has this been all my life?
Oh.
And so I use it for virtually everything. The only time I ever use Audacity anymore is if I have an audiobook, because I like the leveler and normalize on that better, but it's more intuitive, I think. So
to be honest, I think the only thing I really learned how to do in Audacity is play Britney Spears songs backwards for hidden messages. Like one of my audio teachers taught me that.
I think my favorite hidden backwards message ever is in the Weird Al Yankovic song "I Remember Larry." Because the backwards message is, boy, you sure have a lot of time on your hands. There's an old, they cut out my, my guitar player. He didn't make this picture, apparently.
Well.
And he's the only one of those guys I still talk to on a regular basis.
Was that Luke?
No, it was Dave Tickett.
Oh, I don't know him.
Yeah, he went on, he was in a band called Fur Terminal for a little while, and,
oh, that's, who was the singer for that band? Was it Brooke?
I believe that was Brooke.
I love Brooke.
Yeah.
She is one of my favorite people, in Niagara Falls, and, in general. I admire the shit out of that woman.
This was a block away from Stamps, this picture.
Really? Oh, was that at that pool hall?
It is at the Legion Hall that's right next to Colosso.
Oh, okay. Because there was like a pool hall kind of thing in that area too that used to have rock concerts. And I went to a Halloween concert there one time, and I was dressed up like a bitch fairy. And I was only a bitch fairy because I had a belt buckle on that said bitch, and then I was a fairy. Yeah, I don't know. I went to a show there. It was cool. It was like really, really shitty punk show. But it was fun, you know? Like sometimes the shitty shows are the fun ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of punk shows, we had On the Cinder dropped off of our show last Friday. They had an illness, unfortunately. We need to oil this fucking chair.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where.
I think the WD-40 is in here.
It was. I don't know where it is now.
I sure didn't.
Oh, I know. I see it. I know where it is. Okay, anyway. But
he sees the lube.
Yep. Anyway. But On the Cinder will be back with, not On the Cinder, City Powered Radio.
City Powered Radio. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't remember
City
that.
Powered Radio had to drop off the show. I'm sorry. I got On the Cinder on the brain because they are on an upcoming show, and they were 2 sections over from us at the Sabres game last night.
They were.
But we do have, City Powered Radio is going to be back on an All WNY show. Saturday, January 5th at Tudor Lounge with Shambles.
Oh, wow.
And we're still working out details on the other couple of bands, but...
Cool. Remind me of that later. I might throw some ideas at you.
That's going to be a good one. I think we're almost booked. I'm waiting for a band to confirm, and then I have ideas for the 4th one. So.
Okay.
But that's going to be a fun show at Tudor Lounge, our first show of the new year.
Oh.
If you don't count the fact that our New Year's show will run into the new year.
Yeah, I don't know how that counts, really.
But, but bright and early in January, we're going to be...
Is the jukebox getting louder outside?
It might be.
I'm hearing it in my headphones.
Now it's gone.
There's a jukebox in our backyard. Is it in our backyard, or is it in the neighbor's yard?
It's in the garage next door.
It's really loud. It's got really, really good sound. And it's just playing the Halloween theme over and over and over and over for, like, since before we started podcasting. And it's a little creepy, and it's just, like, so quietly in the background, like, actual background music, like, maybe... if we turn the corner.
So I used to record, like, just on this setup we have out here for the podcast, I used to record everything. And so, like, before I built the booth in the closet there. And so, like, I used to sit out here and I would do work, and I would be able to work fine if the jukebox was going, unless there were high frequencies.
Yeah, like there are now.
And, we got a lot of low frequencies. I can hear that, but then you get the, dun, 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 dun,
yeah,
and you hear that. But, I was running super late on an audiobook, and I'm like, all right, as long as, like, he just keeps playing stuff with low frequencies, I'm fine. And then I don't know what it was that he played, but it was just, like, the worst possible song he could have played. It might have been like "Don't Stop Believing" or something like that. Right? So I'm just sitting here like, all right. As long as he keeps playing Elvis, I'm fine. And then it's like, "Just a small town girl." Like, oh no. Like, crap. I need to, like, I went outside looking for him. I'm like, Rich, I need you to turn that off, dude. Like I was going and I couldn't find him. Like,
wow, he's a busy guy.
He is. He's all over the place.
Yeah.
So by the time I found him, he had turned it off, and I'm like, now I can go back to work.
Just stress yourself out for nothing.
Yeah. So luckily now, like having the booth kind of like I can still hear it, but it doesn't pick up in the microphone.
Well, that's what matters.
So it's helpful. I can get through stuff. But hearing shit in my headphones like throws me off no matter what it is. So that's why I'm like kind of stuttering a little bit more tonight than usual.
I hear ya.
We did the first couple of outdoor shows, and I had a lot of latency in my headphones. So like I would say something and then hear it, as opposed to like right now, where if I say something, I hear it as I'm saying it. So we're outside, and I'm doing a promo for a show that had Lost Elysium on it, and I'm like I'm hearing myself back afterward, and I'm like, yeah, Lost Elysium. I like tripping over my words and everything. Like, it was awful. And I'm like, all right, I'm fixing this shit now.
Yeah, that would trip me out a little.
Yeah, I can listen to myself while I'm talking, but I can't listen to myself after I've said it. On a delay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on a delay, exactly. The promoted trending topic on Twitter right now is the Grinch, because the new Grinch movie comes out in theaters November 9th.
That's bullshit. He should wait his turn.
He is. It's after Halloween.
Halloween goes until mid-November.
Halloween does not go until mid-November.
You watch those Halloween decorations and tell me if they're not up in mid-November.
I don't get, but
what?
I had a Christmas album hanging on the wall, on the door, for like 3 years straight. That doesn't make any difference what season it is if the decorations are still up.
Well, listen, things have changed around here. But, I don't know. Are we playing this next?
Yes, we're playing this next.
Can we talk about tomorrow?
I suppose we could talk about tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, you guys, tomorrow I'm so fucking excited.
Bunch of bands I've never heard of and Poison the Prophet are playing.
Okay, so...
Not true, I've heard of all the bands.
Devil Driver is playing. They're, the headliner. I'll go on a spiel about Devil Driver, maybe. Also, Ginger is playing. I've heard that they're like female fronted, but I don't know much about them.
I know they're female fronted, but I don't know anything else about them. I don't know if they're any good or not.
And then
I think Brian saw them and didn't.
Brian didn't like them.
Yeah.
Because I invited him.
But Brian likes Hailstorm, so that tells you what Brian knows about female fronted music.
Right, but at least he likes the Interrupters.
Yeah, now he likes the Interrupters.
Also playing tomorrow night is Raven Black, Many Will Fall, and our good friends Poison the Prophet. This is going to be at Montage at 5:30 is doors. Tickets are like 20-something. There's like, this morning, Montage posted something about there being less than 20 tickets left. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be fucking fun.
There's Dave.
Nice. So I got to see Poison the Prophet originally. They opened for Soulfly. My sister and I went to see them at Montage. And, like, me and Allison are, like, back and forth to the car between her chronic pain, my MS. We just cannot stand on the fucking cement floor of a venue. Neither of us drink, so we don't have that going for us. It's just, like, I wasn't doing very good. So we kept going back to the car and sitting down. And then we came back in the middle of Poison the Prophet set, or like a couple songs in. And they were so good that it made me forget that I felt like shit. And, we made it like halfway through Soulfly's set, and finally we were like, I'm gonna die. Let's go home. Let's get Arby's.
I'll tell you, Karina came home. She was super excited to tell me about Poison the Prophet.
Yeah. And, I talked to them. I friended them on Facebook. I talked to them, I talked to 2 members, a couple times a week. We send memes and shit like that. They're cool dudes, and their music is so fucking good. Just wait until you hear it.
We're gonna play them on through our Google Play account, right? And I'm looking at the numbers of times that these songs have been played, at least a dozen times each. And that Soulfly show wasn't that long ago.
No.
And also I've liked their Facebook page 3 times.
Really? Because they keep switching.
They had two when you first told me about them. You sent me one, it was the wrong one, so I found the other one that. And then they just changed this again.
I think they had a lineup change and then, I don't know, something else, I think. But let me see, what song are you going to play?
I don't know. You tell me.
Play Just Breathe.
All right. This isn't a Faith Hill cover, right?
What?
Ain't that who does Just Breathe? I don't know.
It might be.
I think that's
it. Probably
I think
is.
I'm right. I'm not going to look it up. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure they will. Anyway, Poison the Prophet, Just Breathe. You can catch them tomorrow night at Montage Music Hall.
Play it.
I did.
To the skies before you die from reality. Will you ever open up your eyes? And if you had the chance to change one day, would you take a look around, take another look and throw it all out? The weight of the world on your shoulders. You're bleeding from the inside out. Trying to escape everything, but your life's not a game. Life, none of us are gonna walk away. Last chance to fall in line, because tomorrow is forever and this is my time. The weight of the world on your shoulders. You're bleeding from the inside out. Try to escape everything, but your life's not a game if you're real. Just breathe. You're suffocating me. I need a release way down inside my soul. Life feels so cold. There's no apology. Afflicted company. I look at myself in the mirror, disturbed by the past, and the picture's never been so clear. Life walk this dark road, this place that I call home.
So we did our research.
Uh-huh.
And Just Breathe is a song by the American rock band Pearl Jam.
I can't think of that song. I'm going to listen to it after the show.
Great.
I'll do it in some headphones.
It's bad enough the referees sucked yesterday, and I had to listen to Animals over and over again.
Okay, that's the best song by Pearl Jam.
Okay,
and
so if you give me the choice between Nickelback's Animals and Pearl Jam's Animals, I'll take Pink Floyd's album Animals.
You wouldn't be saying that if you've ever dropped acid.
All I know is anytime I hear that Pearl Jam song, somebody from the Sabres is going to the penalty box.
I know, and I get excited because it's my favorite Pearl Jam song.
Wonder if anybody beat up the... I didn't see any reports of anybody beating up the referees yesterday. Oh my God, I thought that referee was going to die. The people were so angry. Like Zach Bogosian came over and just nailed this dude, like wiped him out. And they're like, they called charging, and just the entire crowd is booing.
What does charging mean?
You take more than 3 strides when you run into a guy.
Oh, okay.
So they said that Zach Bogosian charged the guy. He didn't. He stopped skating, and he hit the guy. It was clean. And they called charging, and the referee, I didn't think he was going to make it out of the building. Yeah,
it was questionable. I'm not a sports fan in any way. I go to these games for you, to be honest. I know that you have fun, so I have fun. I could give a shit who wins, who loses, how the refs are. I care about the crowd and how the crowd is,
And also how the organist.
The organist. Oh my God, we had a substitute organist last night, and he or she was awful.
It was a guy. It was an older guy. They showed him on the screen.
Oh my God.
You were buried in your phone.
I was looking at pictures of dudes licking each other's asses.
That you were.
How did they do it? Let's go Buffalo. Dun, 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 dun. He would, it's supposed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go Buffalo. Then let's go Buffalo. It's not, he was doing measures of 4, then measures of 5, then measures of 4. And his timing, if he had been the normal organist, maybe the crowd would know his cadence and know, how he plays and would be down with it. But we, in the 2 games that I have been to, I've grown accustomed to the organist. He's very good.
Mr. Chris Cook.
He's very good.
He is the organist for the Buffalo Sabres, the Riviera Theater, and Shays Performing Arts Center.
Oh, the Riv. I probably have worked with the guy.
Yeah. But he was unable to attend the last 2 home games.
Yeah.
Somebody, he tweeted, an FYI for you all, there'll still be organ music, but it won't be me for the next 2 home games. See you all next Saturday, which is this Saturday, Sabretooth Saturday coming up. But he had other commitments at the college he teaches at, so a substitute organist took over. I think it might have been a different guy for each game because somebody was praising the organist for the previous home game.
I don't think anybody was praising this organist, if they were paying attention. But there was, with the refs and everything, there was so much to be riled up about that, maybe the organist wasn't that bad. I was just, revved up,
Yeah.
So, but no, measures of 5, dude.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, I'm sitting there making fun of him. I'm like, dude, really? We were talking earlier in the day about Tequila.
Yeah, we were.
By the Champs. And this guy's playing it, and it's dude, you're missing notes.
He was sloppy. He didn't do anything staccato. If you don't know what that means, it means short notes with spaces in between, instead of if that makes sense. I'm sorry if it doesn't. But there was just no separation in his notes. It's he was trying to be musical, but this wasn't the place to be musical and talented. This was a place to pump the crowd up.
I don't think this guy, I think he's a student.
Possibly.
He's an older guy, but I think he's a student because he was repeating songs. You don't do that.
No, not usually.
What was the Beatles song he fucked up twice?
Obla Dee, Obla Da.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucked up the Beatles. He fucked up the Champs. He fucked up everything, man. Like, come on. We want Chris back. I almost want to go to Saturday's game just to be like, hey, there's the good organist.
Aw.
Go sit in his section.
Aw. I would love to sit in the organist section, actually.
I was thinking of buying. My problem with the organist section is it is in the defend twice side. I like the shoot twice side, and which is where DJ Milk is. Mm-hmm. And I was like sitting there with the app open the whole time, like hoping the prices would drop like between periods to move down to section 108 where DJ Milk is, and just like sit there and like yell and like, hey man, you're doing a great job. Like,
Yeah.
I give credit. Like, it's cool to have an in-house DJ for the games now. Like,
Has that not always been a thing?
no, I think that's new this year.
Oh, well, yeah, that is really cool.
'Cause usually you go-
he acts like he's been doing it for a long time.
Well, usually when you go there, he's sitting up on the second level. Like, right when you go in, you go up the left escalator. He's right there in DJing. But he's not
okay.
He's not usually in the arena doing stuff. So that's pretty cool to have
I
a
feel
DJ
like-
doing that.
I feel like last season, the game that we went to, he was.
No, he was outside. He wasn't in there.
I thought he was both.
No, he wasn't. This is the first year that we've had him like in there hyping up the crowd.
Oh, well, I think it's going pretty well.
I think he's doing a great job. I think Chris Cook is a phenomenal organist. So
Yes.
I can't wait for him to come back.
Yes.
But the whole entire in-game presentation is just amazing. And you know who we have to thank for that is Nick Landers' sister.
Aw, thank you, Nick Landers' sister.
Yeah, she does a great job at putting all that together.
Yeah.
I still want to know how you get to go like do the trivia and all that other shit, like or the key ball, or
Yeah.
like, even to get out on the ice and do the thing where you're in the inflatable thing.
Oh, yeah, that looks really... I'm surprised more people don't get hurt doing that.
You're in the inflatable thing, so you don't get hurt.
I would find a way to get hurt.
I'm sure you would. Yeah, no, it was a great presentation, and DJ Milk's doing an awesome job hyping up the crowd. And,
Yeah.
I think
He's got a lot of energy.
I think he got better from that first game we went to against the Golden Knights on Columbus Day to the game we went to last night against Calgary. I think he's gotten better. He's gotten more confidence in
Maybe
himself.
he's finding his groove.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw him a couple of times over the summer at Canal Side for.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think he was DJing before probably not Public Enemy, Wu-Tang Clan. Oh my God, guys.
I can't believe we forgot about this.
I meant to mention it earlier when I was talking about going to Talking Leaves Books.
Oh my God.
I go hang out with my buddy John. He's a literature nerd. He reads like ancient, like,
Didn't he go to school for library stuff?
He's a he's got a degree in library science. Like he's very, he loves his literature. He loves his, old timey, like, 16th century, philosophy and shit.
Wow.
Right? I have no idea. I'm pulling shit out of my ass. But no, that's really the type of stuff he likes is like older stuff like that. And like, one of the things that he got me to read was like Ambrose Bierce, like that kind of stuff. So, but I always hang out with him. We go to the bookstore because, it's
That's his thing.
That's essentially the whole point of him coming to Buffalo is to hang out with me and go to the bookstore because, he lives in Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And, I guess you can.
And has to bus as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So it's a whole day excursion if he wants to go to the bookstore.
Well, I mean, I guess there's probably also only so many times you can go to the book corner right over by Rapids Theater there.
I love that store, though.
I've never been there. I honestly, I didn't even know it was there until I moved up here. And
we'll get back to that store.
But
Please finish your...
But so yesterday I'm out with my buddy John and we're hanging out at the bookstore and I'm just looking through the shelf, like the humor, like, entertainment kind of style shelf,
Right.
Like where they have, crossword puzzle books and shit.
Okay.
By the way, I found a crossword puzzle book that was like totally 90s crosswords, right? And then half the fucking clues were like, this guy was a big star in the 80s. Like, what the fuck's that got to do with the topic of this book?
Right.
I didn't see a single clue that I would have known as a 90s clue. But anyway, so I'm just kind of browsing that shelf because he's looking at whatever's right next to it. And I'm like I saw like a New York Yankees thing and a Boston Red Sox. I'm like, what are these books? And the first thing I see when I go to look at these books, Wu-Tang Clan Mad Libs.
Oh my god.
And the first thing I did was I took a picture and I sent it to Karina. I said, I think I'm buying this.
And I was not upset.
No.
Actually, all I could think of was, how are we going to do this on the show?
We're going to find a way to do this.
We're going to find a way, guys. Don't you worry.
Yes, library science.
I feel like I'm going to break your computer tower. Like, I'm going to hit the power button with my toe, even though my toe's nowhere near it.
Yeah, just...
But let me tell you about the book corner.
Tell me about the book corner.
Okay, this was when I was 21. I remember this because I was drunk or hungover the entire time. Billy of Billy Draws 2, also of the Patchwork Theater. This is before Rosie was involved, before she existed in this world. Not in this world, but like in that world.
Rosie just manifested out of thin air. She's
magical. Billy writes plays, and he wrote a play called Muse. And I went on a streak where I was always cast as the main character's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or whatever in Billy's plays. So I played the girlfriend character. And we put this show on in the book corner upstairs in the used book section.
They do like poetry reads and stuff up there.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. But you got to think, like, this is a bookstore. There is no production value. We are really stuck on suspension of disbelief. Like, you have to go into that play wanting to be taken away to another place, you know. But, you know, we made the most out of a non-traditional space, and I'm super, super proud to say that I was involved in that. And I'm super proud of Billy because that, I mean, he started below that. We started off just playing open mics and playing on the porch in Niagara Falls, you know, like we started from nothing. And now Billy is one of the owners of a small theater that's, you know, doing some amazing things. So, you know, I'm super proud of my friends and where we've been and where we're going. And fucking A, Billy. Remember when we did that? That shit was cool. It was really fun. My character's name was Purple Girl, and I had to dye my hair purple to be the character, and I had to dress all in purple. And, I mean, shit like that is fun for me.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry.
I've never been I've been in front of the book corner waiting to get into Rapid Theater.
Right.
I've never been in I didn't realize there was a bookstore down there until, like, after the fact, like, after I moved out of, because I was always like, you know, after Toys R Us and KB Toys all closed and, like, the mall kicked out the bookstore that was in the mall and the record store that was in the mall.
Oh, my God.
It's like, okay, like, we have a fashion mall in Niagara Falls. Have you seen the way people dress in Niagara Falls?
The Canadians dressed really well, though.
Sure, and that's what the mall's there for. But we have a fashion mall in a very not fashionable city.
Right.
But we don't have a bookstore, a toy store, a record store. Like, what the fuck? And I didn't realize that the book corner was there, but, you know, it's a small...
Well, because it's a small business and...
Small, independently owned bookstore, just like Talking Leaves. And
it's one of those places, and this is a very literal statement. You go in, and there are cats everywhere. Seriously, you go in, and, like, there's just cats on the counter, like, laying on the bookshelves, just, like... It's so cool. Like, it's not cool if you're allergic to cats, like Billy is... which was interesting.
I'm sure.
I've spent more time feeding Benadryl to Billy than I can tell you.
Billy was here like a couple of weeks ago, and you wouldn't let him
I wouldn't. I was like, if you don't have to go to the bathroom, you're not coming in my house because I don't want you to die.
Yeah. The Dog Ears books around the corner from us should get some cats because they had a squirrel in there the one day. Did I tell this story on the air? I know I told you.
I don't think so. Why don't we bring one of our cats to him?
Oh, jeez. Yeah. You guys can have Whisper.
You know, as much as I say that, I would miss him. He just needs to be castrated so he stops spraying all over the place. Right.
So anyway, I'm meeting somebody at Dog Ears Books, and I'm sitting out. They have a bench right in front of the window out front. So I'm sitting right in front of the building, and I just hear all this like. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is that? And I'm like, turning around, I don't see anything. And then just turn around and I look up and there's a squirrel in their window, like up in the top part of the window, like
on the inside of the building?
Inside the building. So I kind of went in and I'm like, guys, do you know there's a squirrel over there? And they're like, oh no. So they start trying to chase this squirrel out of the building, and I'm outside of the building. I'm back outside waiting for whoever I'm waiting for, and I'm watching them try to chase the squirrel out of the building, and the squirrel is trying to get out. But all I'm hearing is,
oh no!
Poor thing's bumping its head on the window trying to get out. Finally, it figured out, like, no, I got to go around this way and back out the way I came. It must have come in the front. I mean, there is a back door. Maybe he got in the back. I don't know. But he came out. He got out. So the squirrel is like right in the front door. And this is a bookstore / coffee shop. So
yeah. Wow.
Dog Ears Books, Cazenovia Coffee. By the way, I want to go there. I love their hot chocolate.
Oh, if they have coffee, I'm totally down.
Yeah, it's a coffee shop. It's like just this nice, cozy little place. I was there one day, and just suddenly this guy walks in the door, and he's got a guitar, and he pulls out a little amp that they have sitting there for him, and a little stool, and he sits there and he's playing all these like classic songs. His name was Jim Yeomans. And it's a guy my mom knows.
Oh,
as a matter of fact. And I knew the last name Yeomans because I know my mom always used to talk about a guy named Doug Yeomans who was in like some country bands around Niagara Falls. So I'm like, all right, like my mom probably knows this guy. So I posted on Facebook, and my mom, sure enough, hey, where'd you see him? You know, and he just busted out and started playing, and that was also the day I met Grace Stumberg.
Oh,
because Grace was working there at the time.
Oh.
I don't know if she might still work there in between Joan Baez tours. But she, he was like, Grace, come here, and gave her the guitar and let her play a song. And,
how nice.
So it was the first time I ever saw Grace Stumberg. And it's like, man, she's really good.
She really is.
Yeah. And then I later found out that, I can certainly say squirrel because I have a cat named Squirrel. Anyway. But yeah,
so you can say squirrel, but I can't say bagel.
No, you can't.
I mean, I can. I just say it like this, bagel.
Yeah, you say it wrong. We like I said, we'll ask John Ben, and he'll be the authority on this on the pronunciation because he did once cut his hand open slicing a pre-sliced bagel and had to go get stitches. But anyway, yeah, I met Grace, and I later found out that she's like the guitar tech for Joan Baez.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to let everybody know, I know this isn't a Western New York band, and go ahead, Laura, you can use this as fuel for your Twitter. But our dear friends from Long Island, Jackknife Stiletto, just released The Chronicles of Jane Volume 2.
It's so good.
It is. I've listened to it at least 3 or 4 times now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I've only listened to it here and there, like while you're listening to it. But I'm not going to lie. That Rancid cover that they have on there fucking kills.
I'm willing to bet if we go on Google Play and look at the play counts, like everything else is 4, and then like the Rancid cover is like 6 or 7, maybe 10. I don't know. Like, but I've definitely given that album a few spins since it was released on Friday. Yeah. It is like they are friends of ours. They're friends of the station. We've had them on a show last Halloween, as a matter of fact. Yep. And we're working on bringing them back. Because we love them so much. We've got bands that want to play with them.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. That's in the works right now. Hopefully, because it depends. And the reason I bring them up is we were talking about Grace being Joan Baez's guitar tech.
Right.
Annie, of course, is Joan Jett's guitar tech.
We just have them everywhere, don't we?
We do. We know a lot of people's guitar techs, I guess. But we're hoping to get Jackknife Stiletto, we got their holiday.
Yeah, I know.
We're hoping to get them hopefully early in the first quarter 2019.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. But the new album is great. I urge you, please check it out when you get a chance. Yeah. We are because they're signed to Blackheart Records, we're not able to play any of it. Not that,
But we can tell you about it.
We can tell you about it. I don't think we would anyway, because they're not a Western New York band.
Right.
And last year when they were doing the Halloween show, and every time we do a show, it's like, okay, we got to play all the bands that are on this show. And so we played all the other bands. We had 5 bands on that show. We were not allowed. We kept asking, we are literally talking to Jackknife Stiletto right now. Why can't we, they're telling us we can play their songs. And Scott said, nope, can't do it. And we had Annie on the show. Mm. She called in. She was on break at work.
Wow.
Yeah, she called in to talk to us and talk about how excited Jackknife was to be coming back to Buffalo. And we're hoping to bring them back. We know a lot of our listeners are huge fans of theirs, and we'd really like to get them. But absolutely, Chronicles of Jane Volume 2 is out now. Go listen to it on your Spotify, your Google Play, your iTunes, whatever. Right. Apple Music, I think is what they're calling it now, the streaming service for Apple.
I don't know.
I used an iPhone for like 3 days, and it was the worst 3 days of my life.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being any fun. So, hey, there's some things going on tonight after the podcast.
No, Laura, the authority of saying bagel is a guy who cut his hand cutting a bagel. I should get green dressed. Who? Is that Scott Leffler? Scott might do it.
You should ask him.
I'm going to ask Brian first. Okay, you got things.
There's things. So tonight at Tudor, 9 o'clock, Vintage Gold is playing. I don't know who they are, but they said so. So
aren't friends of ours are on that show with them, aren't they?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I was invited to that show.
I don't know.
Vintage Gold at Tudor Lounge Halloween. Maybe not. Maybe that was a different show that was with those guys.
Maybe. What else?
Strange Standard.
Oh. Then we also have Gypsy Parlor has Night of the Living Dead Girls at 8. That's 5 o'clock, or $5, sorry. And the Moxie Cleveland Cabaret is going to be playing. And then after that, there's going to be a DJ until like 4 in the morning and a costume contest. But yeah, the Night of the Living Dead Girls, that's going to be some burlesque. That's going to be cool. Shit, what else is tonight? Oh, the Stamps Acoustic Barbecue number 666. Free food, potluck style. Costume contest. There's going to be music from Don Roth, Yellow Sauce, Cardboard Homestead, Hammered and Nailed, and more. But not Billy Draws 2. It's just like there's going to be more people.
I was watching WWE Evolution the other night,
right.
The all women's pay-per-view, and which we were just talking about. Jackknife Stiletto Annie was there, but they had a former WWF Women's Champion and Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze, and she's like, back in my day, I was at the bottom of the flyer. And my name was And More.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I need to tell Rosie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just told my buddy Pete to shut his whore mouth.
What the fuck? Well,
he said Master of Puppets was better than Injustice for All. You shut your whore mouth! No, really, Justice is my favorite album ever. But Master of Puppets.
The look on your face when you said that it was your favorite album ever was really, really cute.
But Master of Puppets is a close second. In fact, my Master of Puppets tattoo is my most visible tattoo.
I'm gonna doodle on it.
You know what I used to do when I would get bored at work is I would take my my fine point Sharpie, and I would or my ultra fine point Sharpie, and just
color it in.
Outline my tattoos, yeah.
Sometimes my leg tattoo, my tree with the mushrooms, I will give markers or pens to children and tell them to draw a bird on the branch. They get so excited. They're like, "What? I can draw on you?" It's pretty funny.
Yeah. We're going to play a song, and when we come back, we'll talk about the white supremacist Scott Leffler.
Oh my God.
So this is the Good Neighbors.
Good Neighbors are playing. Hang on. Let me find the details. Okay. November 4th, which is Sunday, I will be there selling cookies. It's at 5 p.m. until 9 on the dot. We don't want to upset the neighbors. $7. This is all ages. It's at Rude Boys. We have Young Heezy, who is from out of Canada, I want to say.
Yeah.
The Burkharts, Leda, and our friends from the Good Neighbors, who have helped me out on a benefit or two, and are just so great. Just wait until you hear this. Just wait.
All right, this song called Heat of the Fire on All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show.
Let's go! You tore me down, but I've so much to give. You, I gave it all, but you left me there. Inside ourselves to fire, trying to tell these thoughts and all these dreams. Nearly hard to fade in the dark, we're all strange now. Follow you into the light, and all that yearns we have learned. Old cold broken souls, it takes its toll. Follow you into the light, into the blood, I still want to take me home tonight. We played our parts, but they just smile and stare. You, I'll take you on, but they stay back and fear. I'll turn into someone new. We feel used up, we feel the truth. Words are what the demons use. Our hearts turn cold now. Follow you into the light, and all that yearns we have learned. Old cold broken souls, it takes its toll. Follow you into the light, into the light, I still want to take me home tonight. You tore me down, but I've so much to give. You, I gave it all, but you left me there, and it don't make sense to me, and it don't make sense to me. And it don't make sense to me. And it don't make sense to me.
The Good Neighbors on All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show.
You know, that's not my usual kind of music, but I can really get down on that shit.
Sure.
I could just dance my face off.
Sure.
Heck yes. They played one of the Justin Mock Memorial benefits with Nuke Fun and a couple of blues bands. Nuke Fun and them both just, oh my God. I love those two bands so much. Good dudes. Good dudes.
I believe when she says green dress, she's referring to JT, my regular co-host on Board Wrestling Fan.
Why does he wear a green dress?
I believe he wore a green dress for a charity thing.
Oh, I pictured him dressed as Marge Simpson.
Let's see. There's JT, listen live. JT drinking, that's not surprising. JT drinking.
JT drinking. Lots of bored wrestling fan.
Apparently, most of his tweets are, there's him.
Oh, there's him at the gym.
At the gym.
Obligatory gym selfie.
We were talking about the gym with him the other day on the podcast.
Where,
We were talking about, because he goes to Planet Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're past where I think the dress would be, because that's where he shaved his head after the Raiders lost last year.
You were just telling me about that.
That was a different thing, actually. We were talking about the show that used to occupy this time slot on this station, where we would do crazy shit like hit each other with steel chairs. And, where I lost my hair on a bet and had my head shaved live on Ustream.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's up on YouTube. You can find it. It's Think Metal episode 8, I think.
You'll have to show me when you have time.
I guess. But yeah, it's me getting my head shaved while STEM is playing.
Really? Like
we're playing a STEM song.
I thought they were playing.
No.
Did I ever? I haven't told you this. My friend was like, he promoted. He was on like the Roadrunner Street team, and the truth is, I didn't like this dude. He was on the Roadrunner Street team, and he got some of us that were sheltered Newthane people. He got us into the Niagara Falls and Buffalo music scenes. I hate to give him that credit, but truth. So he introduced us to STEM. And then when he graduated high school, STEM played his graduation party in his grandmother's garage. They actually kind of broke some shit in his grandma's garage because Russ went to like jump off a shelf and the shelf wasn't sturdy. It was really funny. But there were like 7 people there, and STEM performed for us, and it was pretty fucking cool. Also, one of my friends had some bad mayonnaise before he left work on his way to come to the graduation party, and there was a cornfield behind the graduation party, and he ran to the cornfield and threw up, and then he told me, Karina, don't tell anybody. So I went around to the front and was like, hey guys, Jason just threw up in the corn. He ate warm mayonnaise. What did he expect?
Right.
But, so the rest of the week, it looks like Halloween is still going on, between some of these events that are going on. Let me see here. At the Hilltop in Alden on Saturday the 2nd, Sarah Elizabeth will be playing. I don't know who she is. I haven't gotten to check her out, but she seems to play at least once a week and share her events with me. So, I'm gonna look into that, see what she's got to offer. It seems like she plays with a variety of people in the area. Friday, this one's not in the Buffalo area. This one is in Salamanca at the Salamanca Estate Winery. It's Friday the 1st. It's 5 o'clock, $5. This is going to be Castle Black back in Western New York with Bare Bones, Janie Crash and the Tall Men, Vitamin K, and Chuck Collins. If I lived out that way or drove, I would do this. It's only $5, so it's like... Stop it.
I'm trying to make it so it doesn't go back, so it doesn't squeak, and it's not working.
Also on the 1st, from 7 till 10, at the Akron Ale House, AJ Tetzleff is doing a solo acoustic performance. He's another one who, he's always, like, a couple times a week, he's got something going on, so keep it up, AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Then on Saturday, the 3rd, from 8 to 11 at the Ship and Shore, AJ is going to be playing again, and that's Applejack's Country Night. I feel like there's a lot I don't know about Applejack's Country Night. But, Oh, Saturday the 3rd, 7 p.m. at Tudor, this one. Hopefully everybody's feeling better in city-powered radio.
Hopefully.
They're scheduled to play with Johnny Revolting, No Prevail, Cyber Strike. For this one, costumes are encouraged. Don't let Halloween die, everybody. dress up. The River Pub on Friday from 6 to 9. TJ Cuttajar has a solo acoustic performance. And then our friend Paul Burt is up to it again. On Sunday at 7 o'clock, $8 pre-sale, $10 door at Stamps. Digital Afterlife is playing with VCTI, both of whom will be at the Evening Star next Wednesday for the Greg Rinker Memorial. There's also Neon Black. I can't read my own writing. And also, I don't know if these are words that are meant to be said. They look like initials, and it's kind of confusing to me. This is a genre of music that I do not get, though I respect it. Okay. We already talked about tomorrow. I'm so excited about tomorrow. Poison the Prophet. And then Sunday, if you're into the classical style music, at 1 p.m. on, at the West Hurdle Elementary School. $7 pre-sale, $12 at the door. Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra trombonist Tim Smith will be playing with the Hutch Tech Wind Ensemble. Totally not for everybody. Totally not something that we would play. But if you're into specifically horns or classical music, that's an option. And that's, going to be family friendly too. And that's all I have for this week. And you guys are just shit out of luck for next week because I won't be here.
Nope.
I got better things to do. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I thought you were still going. I was reading an email.
Oh.
Of course, I mentioned I just got my Injustice for All vinyl and everything.
Right.
And I also ordered the Funko Pop, which I had the tracking and it hasn't updated, and Metallica just sent out an email saying, this is why your shipping, information hasn't updated yet. You should see tracking updates no later than next Wednesday. So, gotta wait for that Funko Pop, I guess.
It's gonna be cool though. Do you have a picture of it?
I just closed the email, but it would have been in there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was there.
I didn't notice it.
So Laura reminded me, before we went to the song break, I did say that we were going to talk about the white supremacist. Yes, Scott Leffler. This is,
what did you do, Scott?
So this is, Scott had tweeted to, somebody. Or CNN tweeted. Okay. This is what happened. It started with CNN. About 400,000 people have signed a petition urging the White House to move Halloween to the last Saturday of October instead of October 31st.
What?
And then, 5 hours later, they corrected themselves. They said, boo, we made an error. There are about 40,000 people who signed the petition. And this guy replies to CNN and he says, journalists don't have room for error when reporting. You're just inciting propaganda. You're spelled Y-O-U-R.
Right.
I can read letters right now. Anyway, after people believe what you write, you correct it. By that time, it's too late for the outrage/exaggeration that you caused. CNN is fake news. You prove the president right every single day. To which Scott replied, you're Y-O-U''re. And what the hell is inciting? But please, drag CNN over an error they fessed up to.
Right, they fessed up to it.
And this guy replies, Scott Leffler is a white supremacist.
Wow.
And
wouldn't the Trump supporter be more likely to be a white supremacist?
Probably. He's probably
or
a
an
Nazi
orange
too.
supremacist, whatever.
I don't know, whatever. He's probably a Nazi too. Anyway, so I commented on Scott's post and I said, I was once called a racist because I didn't take my headphones off to answer a question. Like I would have taken them off that the dude was white. Like, I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't like fucking you. Talk to you. I wouldn't talk to the guy. I wouldn't have took my headphones off if the guy was white. I wouldn't have took the headphones off if the guy was purple. I wouldn't have taken the headphones off if the guy was my mother.
Song was good, dude.
I think I was listening to Metallica at the time.
Of course you were.
And I had this long ass bus ride to work, and I think it was a night that SmackDown was on.
You don't talk to bus people if you can help it, especially at night.
This lady like saw this whole thing happen and started talking to me, and she's like, what happened? And I explained, and like to this day, if I see that lady on the bus, she'll wave to me and say hi.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know her name. She works at the Galleria Mall. She's an older lady.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at you. Making friends on the bus, being racist.
Yeah.
You know, these are getting to be like really scary times with everybody being so, like, I'm not saying that people haven't always been sensitive, but people are so overly sensitive now. And
well, didn't I go on a rant last week about like this MAGA bomber? And they call it the guy. It was a white guy. It was Republican. Anyway. But that's besides the point. Didn't I go on a rant last week where I basically said that incident was going to do the opposite of what the guy wanted, which is push people towards, like, we need to get these crazy-ass Republicans out of office?
Right.
Like, I really wish people would stop looking at Republicans and Democrats and start looking at people.
I am so in agreement with you. We have to think about everybody as a country. Like, we all have to take care of each other. That's how this works. Like, the government is here to make sure that we're okay, and we're here making sure that the government is okay. And there's a system of checks and balances in place so that we can all, keep everyone in line, make sure no one's abusing power. But it's not working. Fuck their power.
Right, Kennedy Carpool? Fuck their power.
Fuck their power.
Anyway.
I was listening to that earlier. I listen to Kennedy Carpool every single day. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
As long as you're listening to the good Kennedy Carpool.
Oh, I am.
Chief and, the more recent stuff. Yeah, don't listen to the older stuff.
I think I've heard some of it, and it doesn't do it for me.
You asked Google to play of Night and Light. Or I asked them to play The Long Cold Dark or something like that, and we started getting it was of Night and Light, and then they played The Long Cold Dark, and they started playing like all this great local music, and it's like, holy shit, Google knows what's up.
Yeah.
And one of the songs that came out, I'm like, I know this song, I know that voice, and then I realized it was Kennedy Carpool from the album Goddamn Those Motherfuckers. And I'm like, nope, turn this shit off now. Like, not listen to this Scott Stapp sounding motherfucker that they used to have in their...
The lineup they have now, I never saw that lineup, but what they got going on now is good shit. And we actually have them coming up for some stuff, in the works.
Yeah.
So we got some stuff to look forward to in 2019 with them.
Yeah, and of course, in less than 2 weeks... 10 days from now, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Saturday, November 10th, Mohawk Place. Come celebrate the 10th anniversary of me turning 27. Come celebrate me turning 27 for the 10th time. Anyway, but with Kennedy Carpool, the Scarecrow Show of Night and Light, and Inherent Vice.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for this one.
Nick has sent me the set list for the Inherent Vice.
I saw. That's adorable.
Yeah.
I hope you get a physical copy. It'll go on our wall.
I always end up with a physical copy of Inherent Vice CD of their set lists.
I know. I like it.
But that's going to be great. So, yeah, we'll have those. So, we were watching, I was watching Jeopardy the other day.
And getting all the answers right.
I was doing pretty good at Jeopardy the other day. And, but... I immediately, as soon as they went to commercial break, I realized this is the dumbest possible fucking thing I can do this time of year is watch Jeopardy, because I don't, especially in a non-presidential election year, because I don't really follow local politics. I know I should. I know that's
it's important. So much. Yeah, same.
I know I should. I know it's important, but the thing is, they were okay. This is why you don't want to vote for this other guy. Mm-hmm. Right? You want to vote for our guy. You don't want to vote for this other guy because he wants Nancy Pelosi to win, and he voted for Hillary Clinton. And okay, why are those bad things?
Right.
And he wants to raise taxes and have socialized health care. Like, oh no, socialized health care. I don't want this guy to win. And it's like, and he wants to open our borders and trash the Second Amendment. I'm like, you are probably taking something he said out of context.
Right.
Because I'm sure he doesn't want to trash the Second Amendment. He probably just wants to ban assault rifles, which makes fucking sense. But anyway.
Especially with everything that's been going on and, like, the threat's been going on. Like, just walking into that hockey game yesterday scared me a little bit. Like, there just seems to be so much more security presence than usual, which is good, but also just makes you nervous because you're like, well, what are they looking for?
Sure. But I mean, my point is, I'm watching this ad and they're like, don't vote for this guy because he wants all the stuff that you want.
Right.
Like,
right.
Well, now
we need facts, not speculation.
Like, okay, and like now I kind of want to go vote for the guy.
Yeah.
I've got my voter registration card. I can go over and vote.
You know,
I'm gonna have to look for that ad again so I can see who it was. I was talking to John about that same thing yesterday because like he said he saw the ad that I was talking about, but it's just like I hate political ads. I hate politics. I hate that. Like it's just like
it takes so much energy to get so fired up.
Why does everything have to be, you know, left or right? Why can't we just be like, okay, I like what that guy says, but I also like what this guy says, and now I'm going to come up with an idea myself why, you know, who I want to vote for out of these guys because I like what both of them say. Like, why does it always have to be, like, none of these politicians give a fuck about me.
You're right.
None of these politicians.
It's a job to them.
And if you're listening to this, none of these politicians give a fuck about you. And they don't give a fuck about your family. They don't give a fuck about your friends. They don't give a fuck about anybody. You know what these guys give a fuck about?
Money.
They give a fuck about the Republican Party. They give a fuck about the Democrats. They don't give a fuck. They give a fuck about the almighty dollar. They don't give a shit about the people. And that's what fucking sucks about politics these days. And I know I know, like, you know, this is actually the perfect day to go on this rant because obviously votes are, you know, elections are next week. So, like, seriously, though, like, these people don't care. Why the fuck should, you know, why the fuck do I want to vote for any of these guys? Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to look into this. I'm going to see how I can pull this off. I'm running for president.
Oh my God.
I'm running for president.
What's his name? Armin Vermin?
Well, I mean, I don't want to beat Vermin Supreme.
Vermin Supreme. Armin Vermin. Armin Hammer. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, the guy that founded Arm & Hammer, his name. Well, no, actually, this isn't true. The guy who founded Arm & Hammer was not Armie Hammer, but Armie Hammer bought the company. Because his nickname was Arm & Hammer.
I saw you watching this video about this, so I caught a few snippets.
I do love me some Company Man on YouTube.
I noticed, and you know, there's worse things you could be watching.
Yeah, he's got a new video up I gotta watch. I don't know what it's about.
Is he the one that does a lot about Kmart?
He did a video about Kmart. He did another recent one once they announced that they were closing a bunch of stores, including the one I worked at, by the way. But
way to dodge a bullet.
That was more about Sears. Well, I mean, the rant I went on the day I worked there was like, yeah, this isn't, I understand why these stores are not lasting much longer. Mm-hmm. But I digress. It's a great channel. It's called Company Man. Go look it up. He did a couple of recent videos. He did one on Texas Instruments a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's cool.
And then followed that up with one on Casio last week because he took a shot at Casio in the Texas Instruments one, and people were like, no, in our part of the world, we use Casio. We don't use Texas Instruments.
So was he comparing calculators or like other things that these companies offer? Because I don't know what else Texas Instruments offers.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what these videos are all about. They're Texas Instruments is bigger than you know. And so he talks about, like, everybody knows about the calculators and all that. Yeah. But what you don't know is Texas Instruments makes a lot of, like, computer chips and stuff like that.
That makes sense, though.
It's stuff that you don't see. And he does a lot of videos like that. He does, like, the rise and decline of companies. One of my personal favorite ones that he did was Vans.
Yeah.
Which I've quoted facts from that to you a few times and told you should watch it. It's Company Man on YouTube. Yeah, he's great. I don't know how
I use YouTube for music videos. I don't, I try not to get too involved in anything that lasts more than 7 minutes.
I watch them. I watch YouTube when I'm on break.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like I'll sit here and I'll play the daily challenge on Microsoft Solitaire. And then I'll put on a YouTube video, and a lot of the time it's like, okay, I don't want to watch anything like super long, but I need to watch something.
That's why I go for music.
Yeah.
Also, not having music hurts me.
I understand.
But having this Halloween music still playing 2 hours later, that hurts me too.
I understand.
I might have to go find and unplug this jukebox.
I do. I watch a lot of YouTube, though. I follow a lot of channels.
I know you do, and that's why you have things to talk about.
You were sitting in here with me the other day. I was watching Dope or Nope. What
was that one?
That's they get products and then they review them and they tell you if they're worth buying or not.
That was where they were doing like the office party stuff, right?
Yeah.
That was really funny.
After you left, they shot off the confetti cannon in the other guy's office.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I should have stuck around for that.
Yeah. Party City, the rise and fall and rise again of Party City is the newest Company Man video. It was uploaded earlier today. He uploads every Wednesday, just like us.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I like that guy. I tweet him all the time.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress. I was talking about politics and me running for office in 2020.
So yeah, are you gonna be the president? Am I gonna be the first lady?
I think so.
We'd have to get married.
Because I think my platform to run on was going to be the same one I was going to run on in 2016 and never did. But my platform to run on is going to be fuck these politicians.
I'm voting for you. I'm going to register to vote at this address. I'm still registered to vote in North Tonawanda.
I think that's going to be my platform is fuck these politicians. I want to work for the people.
Heck yes.
We're gonna
socialism.
We're gonna end with some nice Halloween music, Halloween type music. Yeah, from our dear friends, the Rabies. Of course, Lindsay is in Pollock now.
Right.
But
still doing stuff. They just released music. And
they did a couple of weeks ago.
Music video.
Yeah.
They just had a CD release party. It was.
We literally were just talking about Pollock during the Eyes of the Blind song that we were playing.
This is
because
true.
I was looking to see if I knew anybody in the video. Because half the time when Pollock releases a video, like, there's Arlo. Hey, that chick's been here a few times.
That's what a girl likes to hear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, that was a long time ago. Anyway, we love the Rabies.
Yeah.
I used to go out, like, they were one of the bands that I would, like, I'm going to go see this band play because they're really good. And, of course, Lindsay and I are, Lindsay nominated us for Best Podcast.
Aww.
So I made sure that she was on the list for Best Bass Player.
Well, of course she would be on the list.
And she deserves to be there. It wasn't like, hey, guys, she's on this list only because she nominated us. No, it was like... She's also really fucking talented and deserves to be there.
Not only is she talented, she's a good showman.
She is.
Like, I mean, they are. Pollock is. They put on a show.
Yeah.
It's something to...
I caught the Rabies reunion show a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah?
I was Cactus Jack the day before at Evening Star, and I didn't dress up for the Rabies show because I kind of woke up like, oh crap, I gotta leave. And I just kind of went, and when I got there was a girl dressed up as Cactus Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've talked for quite a while, and we're gonna play the shortest song we can find by them. This is Suffocate Twist by the Rabies on All WNY ThinkSoJoe Show, and I'll see you next week. Here it comes.